And we're live.
Oh my gosh.
Good day, Fernando.
We are live.
We are live.
From the Clean Water Studios.
I always love looking at a dash with the wires hanging out. It just reminds me of one of those pumpkins. You know where they do the puking pumpkin? Yeah.
He's coming. He's coming, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, angel.
Pumpkin carving. What is it?
Pumpkin carving season?
Oh, carving season.
Carving, yeah. Carving, yeah. Pumpkin.
Yeah.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Hey, from Iowa. What's happening?
What's
Did
up?
I ever text you back, Mike? I don't think I did. I might have forgotten to do that.
Oh, you're bad.
I know. I feel bad. It's just, hey, whatever.
Yeah.
I suck. Anyway, so we have a GMC Sierra is in today for a really nice but simple upgrade. So he's getting a 958 put in the dash that is going to a 902.5. This guy right here, 902.5. And that is going to power a P2 in this box right here. And then the amp is going to sit right here because there's no place else to put it. Set of Focal slate fibers, components in the door, mid bass in the door, tweeter in the A-pillar, a pair of Auditor 6.5-inch coaxials. These are going to be powered off of the radio because it's Kenwood. We can adjust the output of the radio, crossover and time delay to those speakers, so we can level match them with the preamp section, which is nice, so that we can actually level match. Big words. When you add a DSP, do you leave the gain on the amp all the way down and just yes I do
All the time.
What's up, Danny? No, I understand your business. No, I meant to get back to you. It just fell out of my window of remembering. But yes, you can, and no, you should spend time with your wife. How does that? Does that make sense? Okay, so the 901.5 is going, 1 and 2 are going to power the tweeters, 3 and 4 are going to power the mid bass. One of the cool things about the slate fiber is that this passive crossover here is 2 pieces. So we can do bi-amping because it's built that way. It's built to do bi-amping. And we also have room in the dash to mount them. So they're in here, mounted to a bracket that Fernando made. So they'll go up in here to the dash. Radio, short chassis radio is going to sit there. Wiring, head bows. So we made this harness to bypass the factory amplifier. So it's cool. He has all this electronics that he has with him all the time. The amplifier is going to sit here. There's a screw point here and a screw point here for that. Fernando he's getting ready to start on the fuse blocks. We haven't done that.
Yeah.
Can you talk about load resistors in a 2023 GM with Bose? Ooh. So if it's the pickup truck like this, then you need the 20 ohm resistors. Those are the LGD greens from Audio Control or anyone else's. I think everybody uses green now for 20 ohms. So PAC is Audio Control. Metro uses green for 20. Memphis actually has some that they're using. Green is for 20, but they're 20 ohm load resistors. And the idea is obviously the way GM works is that it's not like a Chrysler to where it just cuts off audio immediately. It's like 2 or 3 days down the road that'll actually cut the audio off. So if you put the greens in there, what we've found is that it stays on and everything's fine. There again, it depends on if it's just a basic Bose 7-channel system. Now, if it is a Bose 7-channel Bose system for a pickup truck, Metra has just published an update to their most interface, which we've used in the past, but it did need an update. They just posted an update. The problem that there was is that there was a timing issue with it in that if you turn the ignition off and came back too quick before it could cycle through its sleep, then it may kick itself out. So they've rewritten the software, and what it does is if it doesn't see signal on startup, it automatically recycles itself. And because the fix was just unplug it, plug it back in. The data bus, not necessarily power. So if it doesn't see audio, because the car would kick out the Ethernet that it's connected through. And so if it didn't see it, then it automatically recycles the module and then it'll be accepted back in, which is really cool. We haven't tested that to see if it works, but we have tested to hear how good it sounds, and it sounds really nice. So it's almost worth giving it a shot as opposed to doing all the DSP work that you have to do to try to get it to sound good. So, hey Dean, can I check for variable voltage output with an IRTA 2? Yeah. So variable voltage is just a matter of watching a signal go up and down. With an IRTA 2, you can just play pink noise, or you can play music, or you can play any audio that you want because it's a full electrical RTA. So you'll see the signal go up and you'll see the signal go down. As opposed to if you're using a voltmeter, you have to play like a one test tone because you basically, a electrical RTA is like 30 little voltmeters in line, and each display is that. So if you play like 1,000 hertz or 40 hertz or 250 or 500, whatever frequency you want, the voltmeter will show you it go up and down. Now, the advantage of using an IRTA 2 as opposed to just a standard voltmeter is that obviously you can look at the electrical signals output so you can see the full EQ curve, and you can also see if there's any form of dynamic EQ, loudness as it is, to see if it has bass roll off or anything like that. And you can also see if you are going to be doing any form of gain settings through a distortion detector device, playing pink noise, you can see where your dips are. So you'll be able to see if there's a dip at 1,000 hertz or if there's a boost at 1,000 hertz, if that's the frequency you're going to use. You can also see if there's roll off in the 40 hertz or if it's flat or whatever it's doing, so that you can get a better idea of what frequency you should use to do that type of adjustment on. Hello, gentlemen. Hello. Hello. Phantom Chris is talking about a Ford interface. Hi guys, could have a dead battery for 2 months mean I need to flash an RR2? No. Actually, what could possibly happen is having a dead battery for 2 months and then immediately shooting the system with either a jump and or a brand new battery. Could be you need to reset the RR2, not necessarily reflash it. It will never lose its flash. So for example, like we've had test ones and we've set them on the shelf for a year and come back and it's still got it's burned into an EEPROM, so it'll never go away. But you can freak it out when you jump it because it's like a lightning strike. So you may need to unplug it and plug it back in. Sometimes disconnecting the battery works, but we've also found that some units you just actually have to unplug the radio and the RR2 or AR for that matter, and then plug them all back in, turn the car on, and then you're golden. But yes, coming back to life is usually what locks them up, not necessarily the fact that they were disconnected. Greetings, thank you. Thank you for the information. 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee ANC location. Any idea of location? No, I have no idea. There's a Facebook group called Where's All the Mics? That would probably be where I would check. Usually it's a brain somewhere that looks like an amplifier. And yeah. But I honestly don't know off the top of my head. I've never ran into it to where we needed to do that because So PAC makes the ANC bypass harness. So they might have information. I doubt it. I don't think they have information on their page for where that one's at. But I'm sure Where's All the Mics would have it. I was given an Alpine PDX F6. Can you use it active with a capacitor on the tweeter? Actually, if it's a PDX F6, that might have a 10-time multiplier switch on it. Because the PDX amplifiers typically had bandpass. So I would check, see if it has a one-time, two-time, or one-time, 10-time switch on it, because I think it does. And that's really all you need for your tweeter. And then once you've activated the 10-time switch, it creates a bandpass on 3 and 4 because it knows you're using it that way, and it will automatically cross 3 and 4, low pass them at whatever you set the tweeter crossover to, so that you can high pass it with the crossover that's still left. So it creates its own crossover. That's I know that's how the other 4s would work. So it might actually do that. Thank you. I'll do my best. You bet. Thanks. Today is Monday, guys, and I know some of you are feeling the pain of Monday, right, Fernando?
Who doesn't love Mondays, man?
I think most people don't love Mondays. Some people love Mondays. Some people love going back to work on Monday.
I like Mondays.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't. Of course, I don't like Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays either. So, I mean, it's okay. But that means tonight we're going to be doing our Q&A show over on the YouTubes and Facebooks, the show we do every Monday night. We'll be doing that tonight at 6:30. So make sure to tune into that if you have any questions. That is a great place to get your questions answered. I love Mondays, said no one. I'm just saying, man. He's lying, by the way.
Everybody's lying.
Everybody's a liar. Everybody's a liar, cheat, and just thieving scoundrel.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it. If I had your job, I would mind Mondays. See, if you had my job, you'd learn to... Yeah, no, that's not true. Don't get me wrong. There is a certain amount of fun and excitement about doing car audio every day of the week. However, like any job, there are things that are irritating, right? I mean, it's just how it is. It's just how it is, man. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just sometimes it sucks. Yeah, I got a late night tonight. Yeah, thanks for reminding me, Sue. Did you get the information that I requested from you? Kind of need that.
What's that?
Sue was commenting on how I have a late night tonight. I have that weird doctor's appointment at 10 o'clock tonight. And I was asking her about the information I asked her.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. Have you had your hands on the Memphis distro block? You mean the one we did the video on? That one? I mean, I did it on. I mean, if that's what you're asking, I've had that. It's there. 10. Yeah, it's a test they're gonna run. Apparently they're open really late. I was shocked too. I was like, okay, sure, I'll do it. Whatever. And so those of you who've never heard of a short chassis before, I know we mentioned short chassis a lot. This is a short chassis.
Right here. Right here.
That is also a short chassis. So that's why we have a lot of room, so to speak. So very nice. The slate fiber tweeter also went into place. Very minimal work to get them into this location. Just a little shave here and there, and then we could put 3 screws in, and it was spectacular. So slate fiber for the win. And then of course all the focals come with this cool little book. Like, oh, isn't it sweet? But enough about focal, Fernando.
Hey guys, if you guys want to check out some good stuff about car audio, go and check morelhifi.com.
Good was the best you could come up with?
I mean, it's good.
Isn't
right?
it great?
It is good.
No, it's
and
great.
Then it's amazing because they have all type of stuff from good, best, and better. So check it out. morelhifi.com. My favorites right now, they look, it's this one's right here. Don't pay attention of the box, but this ones right here are the new 8-inch. Look at that. Exactly. It's a component set. Comes with the tweeter, right? So if you always want an 8-inch, make sure it fits in your car before you buy it. But yeah, check it out. MorelHiFi.com. Here on Instagram, Morel_America. Natasha's giving away, I don't know if it ended already, but Natasha's giving away a shirt. So check it out.
Oh, the white one. Was it the white one?
I think it's a blue one.
Oh, maybe yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So check it out. It's a nice one. Morel_America here on Instagram.
But if you want to know more about these speakers, head over to the Facebook or to the YouTube page.
Yeah.
We did a nice unboxing on them.
That's right. Can you imagine these headphones?
No, I can't. So Sue says, this is funny. Sue says, you slack for a week and I have 6 hours. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't really slacking.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
It's what it is. You know, pressure is on. You got anything else?
What else? That's it.
Morel does contests. I join. I tag Natasha for my entry. There you go.
Hey.
There you go, Angel.
Yeah, that's it.
For those of you that are thinking about going to Master Tech is going to happen in March, and it is right around the corner. I put up a post the other day about the contest, which I'm sure we'll share that picture like 10,000 more times. But Clean Wire Challenge, we're going to have the build-off. We have a special guest lecturer that's coming. Did he mention that?
Already?
Yeah. Chip Foose is coming to teach a class.
Yeah.
Like, who out there would not like to attend a class taught by Chip Foose?
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty cool, right? Now, there's 2 ways you can come. You can come to take classes. I think that we gotta figure out, like, we gotta talk to him and find out how that Chip Foose class is gonna go down. Like, is that gonna be like on the show floor? Is that gonna be? I'm curious because is it going to be in an auditorium? I don't know. I'm curious to see how it is because I know a lot of people are going to want to see that.
And that's going to be.
I would almost want to broadcast that out to the whole audience. You know what I mean? But anyways, Chip Foose is going to be there teaching class, which is pretty cool. He had such a great time last year. He asked if he could come back.
Yes.
So, yes. Yeah, the class will be awesome for sure. But we'll be talking more about Master Tech
Expo 2024 in Mesa, Arizona.
And we'll be talking about the competition. Best wire, best installer, best...
It's a lot.
Put it this way, guys. If you're installers out there right now and you're seeing this and you like to do LEDs, start filming that stuff because it's going to be a short movie you're going to have to submit to win best LED presentation. So turn the lights off. Let's see that glow. It's gonna be awesome. If you're a clean wire guy and you're not taking pictures, you're stupid. But fab guys, we're gonna need center consoles, door panels, A-pillars, boxes, trunks. We're gonna need four awesome fab stuff. Yeah. So actually be a fab guy of the year, a wiring guy of the year, and a light guy of the year. Plus best up and coming. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah.
It's always awesome.
It's going to be awesome. And you're going to win that night. Sunday night when we all get there.
Yeah.
Plus, there's going to be Sunday classes now. So anyone that shows up, you can take Sunday classes. There's like 8 different Sunday classes that are available. So instead of just standing around with your thumbs in your butt, you get there early enough, you can just automatically come in.
I'm just going to sit down and that's it.
Your thumb in your butt?
No.
Yeah. Whatever works. 22 Ranger non-BO. Is there a T-harness for a subwoofer? Pack-audio.com makes T-harnesses for Fords. So it'll do a subwoofer.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pack has those, so you can check those out. The iData DFO2 would also work, so they're available. And I think Metra also just re-released all their T-harnesses.
There you go. There's
so
plenty of websites that you
basically everyone makes one now. If that's what you're looking for. Oh, it's Lance. What's up, Lance?
The Dove?
Yeah, Lance
the boss.
Lance the boss.
Doves.
Yeah. But that's what we got for you. That's what's coming up tonight. 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. Tune in. We're going to have some fun. We're going to answer your questions and just see what else happens. So
nothing happens. Just answer your questions. That's it. Bye, guys.
Wow. See ya.
Hello?
Hey, Fernando.
Yes.
The guy with the Toyota we're working on, you want to know if we're going to be done with it today?
Yes, it'll be done in 30 minutes.
Okay, perfect. I'll call him in. Thank you.
It's called Do Not Disturb.
I don't have that.
Yeah, you could.
You know, I have so many notifications, man.
Yeah, that's why Do Not
Can't
Disturb.
turn it off.
Yeah, you're a player.
What?
You're a player.
What does that mean?
I don't know. What's Paul saying? Paul's saying that the customer that owns his car would like to pick it up. This is a Honda GT. Is that what it's called? GT?
It's not a Honda.
Toyota GT. Sorry, Toyota GT. This little thing here.
How dare you? You call it a Honda?
You know. So we just got done working on this. For those of you that are interested in this car, it's a Toyota, and it has the same system that a Tundra has in it. So for those who are like, whoa, this is a Tundra system that they put in here. They put a tweeter, they put a 3-inch, they put a 6.5. The 6.5 is high leveled into their little amplifier that right there, and that powers those two doors, and then everything else is powered off the radio. It's a set of 3-inch here, 3-inch tweeter, 6-inch. And he was trying to make this thing sound better for the most reasonable amount of money possible. So we went with a set of C3 Kenwoods in the dash. So you have your coaxial there that gives you your tweeter, your mid-range. And he had a set of Kenwood 6.5-inch mid-bass. The rears we didn't do anything with. And we had him pick up the Diamond Audio shell mount subwoofer, spare tire subwoofer. And he also had a Kicker 400.1. We sold him, I believe he may have already had the key lock too, which is underneath there. And then we sold him a 200.4 and the speakers. And then we installed it all. And the reason why there's wiring all over is because I want to show you guys a key lock. Why? Well, I don't know. Budget? I don't ask why. The real thing is, and what we want to look at today is the factory signal. So we all know that a key 200.4 can EQ, right? It can do all the coolness. However, it can't fix the signal. And we want to look at what's coming out of the radio, which is this happening right here. This is what we're looking at, Christian. Calm down. So we're looking at this right now. This is pink noise playing. This is what's coming out of the factory signal, our factory radio. And so this is important because you guys are like, hey, I want to use test tones to set my gains and stuff like that. So if we come over here, this guy right here, that line, that's 1,000 hertz. Okay, so the scale on this right now is 20 dB. So here's our scale, it's 20 dB. And so what we're looking at is if we come over here to this, which is about 1,500, and then we come over here to 1,000, you're probably looking at about 8 or 9 dB change. And then if we come over here to 40, which is right there, so 40 is pretty low, 30, 20, but 80 is way up here. So you're looking at maybe another 8 to 10 dB difference between 40 and 80. So if you're using those two frequencies, when you're doing high level out of a factory radio without being able to see this, that could be a problem. Because whether they're gained up or gained down, it's not flat. So this becomes difficult. Now, we have the IRTA2 hooked up here, and if we flip the switch, it's high level, low level. So it was high level, now it's low level. And as you can see, this is the signal we have now after going through the key lock. So we've lost all of that. Oops, sorry, I'll go back. So that jagged, no high having, all of that nonsense that's going on It's gone. So now we can run that into our amplifier, turn up our gains, get everything set up properly, and we'll have a nice flat signal that's going into our key 200.4, which will now run its EQ, and so we can re-EQ it. And we're not going to show that because we don't have the output showed here, or tap there. It really wouldn't matter. But now we have a good signal to which we can go into things. So I can come into the sub amp now, and I actually have a level area here that's going to have bass, as opposed to this, which is no bass, or very little bass, or bass robbing power. How nice is it to have a aftermarket? How nice is it to have RCAs and an aftermarket radio? It's very nice, because obviously we don't have to worry about this. You know, that's the great thing, and that's what like Amp Pros and AR and Zen modules and Access modules try to do, is give us this. But sometimes we just don't have one, like in this car, because it doesn't have anything special happening. So this is what we're going to be feeding our amplifiers with, which there again might not be the end of the world. I don't know, but this is it. This is what we got. This is the factory EQ, and I really can't do anything with it to make it any better. And if I stacked this EQ on top of it, the problem is like this signal, we're only showing the left channel. This has all pass filters in it, which means we can't do time alignment. So we have to stick with whatever they've done, which kind of sucks. So, because the key amp will do a much better job with time delay than an all-pass filter. So we want to clone that to the other side so that they both have it, and now we can go in and we can add in their time alignment on top of it and get a much better center image in the center of the dash, as opposed to over the gauge cluster or whatever silliness, unless you like that, in which case kudos to you. I'm gonna sneeze. But this is why the IRTA we talk about all the time, when you guys are like, I wish I wish I could see this, I wish I could see. That's what this is for. So now we have a nice before and after. That's looking good. I want no pass filters, no music at all. I mean, whatever works for you. Just pull the frequency down so there was all the same levels. Christian, so if you had an electrical RTA and you had a DSP that had an input EQ, you could do this. That's what we're doing here. This is acting as our input EQ. This is acting as our output EQ. If you have a DSP that only has one EQ, then no, you can't do this. You're going to have to just kind of deal with whatever. You're going to have to deal with this, because you're going to need that EQ to fix the output and the input all in one. So you could stack this in front of an amplifier that doesn't have an input EQ, and that would take care of it. That'll make your life so much easier. Let them do the hard lifting, and then you'll get to work with this, and now you can DSP on top of it. So the IRTA2 is just for electrical signal input. So in this case, we have the high level signal coming from the radio into 1, and we have the RCA signal coming out of the key lock into 2, and we can switch between it. We could use this, which we do use it when we're doing this manually. Like if we had a DSP, like we keep talking about, with an input EQ that doesn't auto set it, we will use this to fix this before we move on to the microphone portion of it, which is the audio RTA. So the only part that you could use for tuning is the de-equalization. It's more a tool of figuring out what the heck is going on with my signal. So if this concerns you and you're like, like we have a voltmeter so that we can see voltage, right? Or we can see what's happening. We have oscilloscope so we can see distortion. Electrical RTA lets us see the sound that is what we're actually doing in a car, right? We do sound. So there's an electrical RTA and acoustical RTA. This is the electrical side of the RTA. So anyways, that's what's going on here. That I just wanted to show you guys that. And you know, because you often ask, hey, can I do this? But see, now if I want to do a DD1 in here and I want to play 40 hertz and I want to play 1000 hertz, I'm going to have a much better result getting my gain set properly, because now all these frequencies are more in line with one another. You know, there's not a bunch of big shiny holes and whatnot. So, and I mean, the obvious part is like here, like this whole area here, this is your high frequency. You know, this is a ton of mid, this is kind of yucky. If we look over here, you know, it's almost 20 dB down on this end, which is, you know, if you don't like treble, it's cool, but I feel most of you guys like treble. So now, much better. There again, I wouldn't want to leave it like this. This is to now EQ on top of it. Yeah, it didn't fit the budget. This is very budget conscious install. If you ever see that one movie called Frequency or something, where this guy could talk to his dad in the past, I have not seen that, at least not that I know of. So kicker lock, Audison new, subwoofer, Moscone new, SW, and AC all input output EQs, correct? No, that is not correct. No, that is not. Not every, so Audison has an input EQ, Moscone has an input EQ, Audio Control does not have an input EQ. Kicker, key lock, not kicker lock. There's a difference because they do make a kicker lock, all right? And that's just a standard high level to low level adapter. But a key lock in front of any amplifier will do this for you. So if you don't know how to do this or have the tools to do it, then the key lock makes your life easier. There again, it's not to kiss lock, yeah. So we want key lock. Yes, my bad, key lock. Get it right, Christian. What the heck, man? Anyways, it's not to sell key locks per se or IRTAs. It's just we want to show you what this stuff actually looks like, because you guys like to see this stuff. You like to know what's happening. And we always tell you that this is why you want to buy this. This is why you want to install these things. And so here's an example of, this is a factory. Looks like crap. You might like this. I don't know. I don't. I would never set a car and let it leave looking like that. But now I have a nice clean piece of paper that I can then stack my EQ on from here. So I can start to tune the car now with all of that gone and removed. This app is a good question. Hold on. This is Spectrum, I think. Good question. Doesn't it? I think it's Spectrum. Yeah, this is Spectrum. Happy Thursday. Yeah, it's still Wednesday to us there, Clint, over on the other side of the world. Do you torque that wire? Okay. Do you torque that wing, but on the subwoofer bolt to spec, or just manhandle it? Oh no, it's torqued. It's torqued to spec, bro. Yeah, this is in there good. Like, if you can move the car, it's in tight enough. I don't know. Like I said, which one is this? Why don't they put the names in here? Oh. So it is Spectrum. Yeah, so that's Spectrum. That's Octave. This one is Octave. This one is Spectrum. So. Wrong again, Christian. Wrong again. He's over there going, man, what the heck? All right, guys, so that's what's happening in this car. We got to get this cleaned out of here so that we can get this off to the customer and he can have his car back. Nice little system. This is basically like a Haley system. It's very similar to what she's had in her car in the past. Sounds really nice. Those kickers, I'm sorry, the Kenwood C3s up in the dash sound pretty good. If you want to turn it off and get your phone back, you're more than welcome to. I'm doing Morel Maximos at the front and coaxial rear in an F-150 with key 200.4. Should I go active, front, or 4-channel? I personally, and Fernando will agree with me on this one, is you should go active front, just like we did here. So we're using active front, radio's power in the rear. You get a lot more control because now you can balance between the tweeter and the mid-range. You can get a much better sound. Is it raining? No, it's just somebody cutting the grass. Oh no, somebody dragging a tree.
I'm like, what the heck?
I know, man. I was like, the heck is going on?
That's really cool, right?
Oh yeah, it was pretty weird. But yeah, active is better. Do front stage as opposed to front and rear.
And now that you're gonna go with those beautiful Morel speakers, right? If you want to upgrade it later on, and you know what, these ones are nice, but now I'm gonna go to the Elates or the hybrids. What am I talking about? MorelHiFi.com. You can find the hybrids. You can find sound dampening. Exactly. Foam rings. You can find amplifiers, class AB amplifiers. Beautiful amplifiers. Check them out. MorelHiFi.com. Here on Instagram, Morel_America. Natasha sometimes gives away a lot of stuff in here, so don't forget to follow them and just hit the like button. Done.
Man, you're so good at that now. It's almost no fun. You've almost taken all the fun out of it. Jay's Alarms gives you a thumbs up. Jay's, you know Jay. Jay, Mr.
Jay?
Yeah, not.
He has a Tesla truck.
Yes. Does he have a Tesla truck?
Yes.
Of course he has a Tesla truck.
Tell me.
That's so sad.
Right?
All right, we can pull all this out if you like.
I mean, I want to give it away, you know, we just leave it.
Yeah. I mean, we give away enough stuff, right?
I know.
Great job, Fernando.
Oh, I know. Thank
The
you.
Traveler. Yes, we should just call him Jay the Traveler. Yeah, for sure.
Who's the Traveler?
Jay. It's always Jay. It'll always be Jay. Jay's the man. Today is what? Tuesday or Wednesday?
Today's Wednesday, sir. All
Is it
day
Wednesday?
long. Yeah.
Okay. I gotta be honest. I'm having a hard time keeping up with what day it is
Me too.
because
But
it's
it's
just
okay.
yeah. But all right, guys, listen. That's what we got going on in this car. We just wanted to give you guys a cool little idea of what an
What you
IRTA
can do.
does, what you can do with the IRTA 2, why you
Why you
want
need
to
that.
be able to see the full frequency.
Yep.
When setting gains in a factory radio, why it can be difficult.
DNF
All that
tool drawer,
fun
guys.
stuff.
DNF tool drawer. That's how you find it.
What would you put in an older Jeep? It has 5 1/4 in the front, 6.5 sound bar with top. I think for those we actually buy pods, because I'm not putting anything in that metal tetanus shot having dash. We own an Amazon, and there's a kick panel pod and there's a center console pod, and we buy those and we actually mount some Rockford Power Series 5 1/4s in there because those things are just screaming, and they're plastic. So that's typically what we do in that Jeep. But we get the boxes off of Amazon. When worked Mary Lou be on the show? She's still doing her new job thing, and so yeah, I know. I don't know, man. I don't know. She needs to get herself taken care of there, and then once she's ready, we'll have her on the show and she can tell everybody all about it. So until then, we'll just let her do her thing. Hi there. How you doing? How are you doing, Fernando?
Huh?
How are you doing?
Oh, dude, this is amazing.
It is amazing.
Yes, today is awesome. You know, we finished this. It's great. You know.
So one of the criteria for this was we could drill no screw holes in it at all anywhere.
Not.
And so what's holding the amp rack in place is the subwoofer. That bracket is really overly complicated in how it's built and how this all goes into place. So it was quite a feat to get that. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But hey, why not? I miss her pretty face and sense of humor. Don't worry, we do too, and we're gonna get her on. She just got to get done with whatever she's got going on in her normal day-to-day life, and then where did you ground it? So believe it or not, Fro, that's a wonderful question. So there you go, Mr. I Can't Drill Holes. So right here, there is, on the inside, there's a factory ground point. So we just used that factory ground point, made life easy. So if you can use a factory ground point, there's no reason not to. And in this case, because we knew we were going to be having that as a stipulation, we put the power on this side of the car. We ran the ground over to that factory ground point. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Don't drill any holies.
That's right. Power, for the power, it has a factory hole. Just have to make it a little bit bigger.
Factory hole?
Factory hole.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about.
I can't. El Fernandez is speaking Spanish again.
Paso.
So.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
This totally looks like a
baby Supra.
Yes.
This is a baby Supra.
This is not a baby Supra.
It is a baby Supra. Why not? Yeah. I mean, it's a baby Supra. I think it is. I mean, that's what I was thinking. I was driving home last night. Had to go get something in Tampa.
Never seen one before.
On the road? So I saw the BRZ yesterday, the Subaru version.
Yes. Yeah.
So, but yeah. So this has 3.5s up in the dash, so we have a lot more sound up higher.
What's that?
Because Christian, being the troublemaker that he is, was asking, so does this sound better than Haley's? I mean, right now Haley's got a ton of power in her car. She's running a big 4-channel in there, so it's
You know what sounds better? Christian's car.
Oh,
Christian's car sounds.
you know what? I don't think Christian's car does. You know why? Because he's never got the same thing in it from day to day. You know, pick one thing. It's like I told him, he's got to just get his Moscone DSP, his Aerospace DSP, and then just buy regular amplifiers.
Leave it for a year and then change it.
No, you can change. You change all you want after that. Just get one DSP in there, though. You know. So at that point, you can hear what the amplifiers sound like. So because if you're just constantly changing amplifiers with DSPs in it, you really don't get to
sound like it's hot.
Right. Some like it hot.
Yeah. Anyways.
The back left corner does look like a Supra. You know, and you got a little wingy action there. It's small. It's Toyota. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a baby Supra. I mean, I think that's why people like it. What's up, Oscar?
What up, man?
Well, I have no audio, so I'll reach out at time later. Thanks for... Hey, you bet. Well, anyways, that's it, guys. That's what we got to get going. It's Wednesday. We got some stuff to do, and the day is almost over. Look at him. He's doing stuff on his phone already.
No. I'm just checking some stuff.
Yeah, like I said, that's literally what I just said. All right, guys. Have a great day. See you.
Bye, guys.
I think we gotta reset the Wi-Fi.
What?
Because it doesn't work.
It doesn't work now?
No, I had to shut it off. So, at least, you know, we got it to work this morning. That was good, right? You know, have it this morning. Well, good afternoon. Hopefully you guys got to catch the news this morning in all its glory.
Yeah, that's right.
You know. What's up, Jared?
Jared?
Yeah.
Jared?
Yes, Jared. Jared, I don't know how to go up and down a ladder, Jared. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Wi-Fi is always broke. I mean...
I'm just here for the Wi-Fi and it doesn't work, so
You going home?
I gotta go home.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Hello, Jared. You live now? Yes, Christian. Get live.
No, we're not live.
No.
It's just a pre-record.
Yeah, no doubt. Hello from California. Yeah, it's time to get up. Yeah, it's like time to get up in California. So the Ram we just finished. This has actually been in here before. This is trip number 2. This is the Stormtrooper Ram.
That's right.
Some of you guys that follow these, definitely not Jared from Subway.
See, I was excited.
He needs to take his OSHA ladder safety test then. Yeah, no, he's yeah. Hello from Valley, Alabama.
Okay.
Anyway, so this is back in here again. To give you an idea, so this is the Stormtrooper one that was in here, and originally we had done Amp Pro 802.5, 6903 Kenwoods, 6904s I think is what they're called for the rear speakers, He had some W0s in a Fox box. And right away I was like, bummer, should have got DSR1 or ARC PSM Pro. Something that we could retune it, because he went with the 802.5, which doesn't have a DSP. So that opened a can of worms for us, because it's like, an Alpine system sounds good-ish, meaning it's got DSP, it's got surround, it's got all that fun stuff, but we're taking all of that out, we're just going straight power. So you're losing your center channel, all the processing that's been done is gone. So it kind of sucks. It's like it's primed for, hey, I'm gonna do a DSP. So it was either that or replace the radio. It's 2019, so this really doesn't fall in my scope of let's replace the radio, unless there's like, I just want a big ass screen floating, and it's like, okay, we'll do it. But otherwise, it just makes sense to go with like Amp Pro DSP or DSP via DSR1 PSM Pro. And so,
You make that.
what? The face?
Make that face.
Oh, it's character. So anyways, called me back 2-3 weeks. It's been like a month, I don't know. And he was like, hey, I want to revisit this. I kind of like the idea that you had about doing DSP. What do I need to do? But keep in mind, I'm going to hammer that penny thin. Which is okay, right? Is that the goal?
Yeah.
Oh, Fernando, we saw Naomi last night, said Susan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. This is the first I've heard of it, so they didn't talk to me last night. So they were watching their TVs. They're watching their shows. Anyways, so we came up with a plan to go active, because there's 8 channels of output on the DSR1. There's more on a PSM Pro, but that's no, is it 8? No, it's still 8. It's still 8 on the PSM Pro. So we got 8 channels to deal with no matter which way we went. We had an 802.5 in here, and expensive error. It wasn't that bad. I mean, hey, look, everyone, So at least we figured it out early. So here's what we did, and this was actually pretty cool, because it's an extreme budget DSP system that sounds awesome. All right, so check it out. Oh, not that. Wrong button.
Come on, man.
So here we go. We have 2 802.5s.
Wow.
All right. We have the Fox box still in here. And what we did is we took out the zeros and we went with P3s, full-size P3s, not shell amounts, full-size P3s. So we have 2 P310s in here now with grills, because they're downfiring, and it's got to have grills. Anyways, 802.5 number 1 is running the 2 front mid bass and passenger subwoofer. So we have double power going to the 2 6x9s in the front door, and then then 1 going to sub. So we have 3-channel mode here. 5-channel mode on this one. We have channels 1 and 2 going to dash speakers, channels 3 and 4 going to rear speakers, and then subwoofer going to driver's side subwoofer. Voltage match the subwoofer outputs. Okay, so you got to voltage match the subwoofer outputs, which you do by playing a test tone and 40 hertz test tone. You really don't have to worry about where the gain is, because we're just voltage matching. You don't really have to worry where the volume is, because we're voltage matching the outputs. So once we have the hotter of the 2 where we want it, and it's giving us the most amount of power, we go back to the lesser one and we turn up the gain to match that one, as long as we're below clip, which we are. That's important. So this one had a little bit more output than this one, so we turned this one up. This one is below clip, so we could turn this one up, and this one's still below clip. So that's really the only thing you got to worry about there. But we voltage match the 2 subs. Now, as far as mid-range goes, we don't have to worry about that, because we're doing a DSP, and at that point we're doing time delay, we're doing equalize left, equalize right, and we're going to do some gain adjust anyways in the DSP, so I don't have to worry about doing it here. The only time I have to worry about it is if I want to gain up to get to clip, so to speak. I have to take a reading on the 2 channels So for example, and you don't have to be at max volume either. We took a reading and we got 0.6 0.6 volts because we were low, and the other one was 0.8 volts. So we knew we had a 20 difference, and that's fine because we don't want them to match. They're aligned and all that stuff like we said. So we moved them up, but we moved them up so there's still that 20 dB difference between them, so that we kept our alignment up front. So there again, now we have to, when we're adjusting that gain, we're just doing it with the voltmeter so we can make sure that our gap between the two stays the same. Otherwise, we have to go and redo the whole front, which sucks. I don't want to do that. So once we have it the way we want it, we want a little bit more power, use your digital multimeter, and we can turn those up. Front and rear, our dash speakers and rear speakers, just normal gain, no big deal. So going with the 2 amps, there is some struggle, but not a ton of struggle. It's just a matter of knowing when to bust out the voltmeter and when not to.
So what's better than 1 5-channel amplifier?
2 5-channel amplifiers.
Exactly.
Now, here's where this gets exciting, which we don't talk about price too much because I don't really care. But for this instance, this has a retail of $350. So we have 350, and a DSR1 has a retail of $350.
Oh, you're breaking the rule.
Totally breaking the rule. But Brian and I did that yesterday because we were just looking at how affordable this option is for the amount of power that we have. Yeah. So there you go. That's the interesting little thing we did today, and it was hard. Are there better amps? Yes. Is there better DSP? 100%. But this is pretty cool.
And I know people are gonna be like, yeah, you should go with like a amplifier, 1 DSP.
Yeah, and I agree. But in there again, knowing you just have to know what you're getting into when doing this. Hold on. All right, so let's go back and see. I say you need to have a picture of gorgeous Mary Lou on the background. Okay. As long as you can hear yourself hum. I can't hear myself hum. So this is plenty loud. 2018 Chevy Tahoe, 8-inch screen, non-Bose. Can I go high-level input into something like a kicker key amplifier? Will I have to use an Amp Pro or an LC7i? So it's non-Bose. You can go right into a kicker key. The only thing you're going to need is proper load resistors. So 2018, I'd pick up a set of the Audio Control LGD greens, or I would pick up the KISS load. If you're all kicker, the 4-channel KISS load, KIS load, will do the same thing as those. So you're going to need one or the other for sure, but then you'll be fine. And you only need it if you're going to do 4 channels. So if you're just going to do like front channel and that's the only channel you're going to be disconnecting, then you can get the KISS load 2-channel, or you can just, the LGDs, greens, all the LGDs comes as front and rear, so you'd have an extra there. Yeah. So yeah, you just need them on the channels you're going to disconnect and put onto that, because the key lock as well as the key 200.4 do not have load built into them. I have an Alpine system. I'd like to pull the old sub out, throw in a new box with a Rockford 8-inch P3 shallow, but use the, okay, I lost that. I mean, it sounds like you could probably do it. I'm not a big 8-inch guy, but whatever. Hello, gentlemen. What's up? I can't wait to pick it up. It's all I gotta do is put the back seat in. So if you want to start heading up, man, you can come get it. Shout out for Pittsburgh, PA, Dean and Fernando. What's up? He's gonna be happy. Speaking of Alpine system, could I throw the Rockford 8-inch P3 shallow in a new box, but still use the original wiring from the old sub? So as long as, so for example, yes, if you're pulling out a dual 4 and you had like a single 2 or something like that, you might have to do that. But like from amplifier to subwoofer enclosure, no, you're fine. So other than, yeah, just some stuff like that. Friday Night Lights. Yes, that is the show that they are watching right now.
Friday Night Lights?
Yes. Yuck. I don't, it's amazing how a teenage football show is just so dramatic.
See, I'm telling you, we should do dramatic stuff in here.
Yeah, but it's an older TV show. It's a really old TV show.
We also
Yeah, so I mean it's not good. I mean a lot of people love it, but I have a DSR1 in my Tacoma. I have the volume set to peak at 54 since that is where the factory head unit starts to clip. My issue is the volume is and has always been low. I have to turn up past 42. So the one thing you got to keep in mind anytime you're integrating into a factory radio, whether it be via DSR1, whether it be high-level DSR1 or anything like that, is you're still... The joy of the aftermarket is most aftermarket radios have a perfectly linear volume knob, meaning you have 0, you have all the way up, and it's a straight line between the two. When you're dealing with a factory radio, it doesn't do that. It does this. So you have this long, really quiet area, and then it goes whoop and gets really hot really fast. I don't know why they do that, but this truck is the same way. Ford is the worst. My God, Ford is like, it does like this, and it's like between like the last 10 digits, it just goes whoa straight up, and you're like, what the hell? So that's one of those things you have to plot. Like we can plot that with a voltmeter, and it's easier just use an RTA and you just kind of see it get low, and then it just gets really loud. But yeah, so that's one of those things where sometimes when you're doing the whole turn it up, unless you can actually see it distort or see it clip or look at it on an oscilloscope, sometimes you just got to let it ride, man. Like, because you're not going to get any volume out of that factory head unit. Mm-hmm. It kind of sucks. That's why going into like a DSR1 is a great integration piece, but it is limited. It doesn't have any input controls at all as far as like input gain or input equalization or anything like that. So it was made to go in this type of situation as a DSR with AR connection, so it wouldn't need any of that stuff. So they didn't build it into it. So that is one of the things where using it as strictly a standalone DSP with basic 4-channel integration is that it doesn't have... Sometimes you got to go up on the gains on the amplifiers in order to get anything out of it. Kind of sucks. Might want to look into a line driver, like from audio control, out of the DSP, but it's to me, it just like start thinking about maybe a bigger DSP. Just a thought. That system in the Mustang would be epic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that. No. Well, yeah, you could. Yeah, you could, because it's 8. Yeah, no, you could do that, and it'd be really efficient too, because these things don't draw a lot of current. We pulled the 4 gauge and ran a 0 gauge in here, just because. Looking at face value, this has 330s, so it's 90 amps, so it's 180 amps of current draw, which is really only good for about 10, 12 feet. So in this case, we were like, we're a little bit longer than that, just a little bit. So we pulled it out and went to a 0 gauge just to be like safe, better safe than sorry. For it to feel alive, not so much range.
All right.
Yeah, no, what? Right there. Hello, Dean and Fernando. How can I purchase your IRTA2?
Right here.
Oh, Fernando's put it on the laptop. Hold on. Let me go over here and I will show you. So if you head over to DNF Tool Drawer, DNFToolDrawer.com, it's going to pull up this page here. And then if I can get it to scroll up, you click on the IRTA2. It takes you to the IRTA2 page. And there's the only thing we sell. So you click on that. And then you just fill out the information. And on here we have pictures, we have some of the how-to videos, we have the instruction manual. And then, once you've purchased it, I will get a notification that you purchased it, and I will call Haley. Haley will get it in a box and get it to the post office.
It's the shipping department, okay?
Yeah, she's taking over. Dude, she took over. And I know, like, those rulers, because Brian just brought a batch of the wire rulers, so... We make, like Brian sells at Mobile Solutions, sells our wire rulers that a lot of you guys have. We make those here in-house.
Yeah, right here.
right now the inventory is very low because we just shipped a bunch out. So, and acrylic was on back order, so I got to order a bunch.
Oh
so
my God.
Next week is just going to be listening to this freaking laser going all day long.
Okay.
But yeah,
Frank.
but if you do want to purchase a wire ruler, you have to go to Brian's. So Mobile Solutions.
But DNF Tool Drawer.
Yes, DNF Tool Drawer's place to go. And then we do have a new Latin American vendor that we haven't talked about much, but we now, if you live south of the border, we do have a way for you to buy them locally or in South America or North Mexico down. Mexico down.
Yeah,
just
you are in the Mexico area.
Mexico, that area, we do have a new supplier in
Latin. You can contact, and you don't have to wait for the shipping and all that stuff.
Yeah. So
you
can reach out to us like that. We haven't put the link up on the website yet.
We're going to.
But yeah, and then we're working on a Canadian vendor also.
Oh.
So, which I do have to call them and find out. But so that's going to be great for us because it's a pain in the ass to ship to Canada and to Latin America. Mm-hmm. So it'll be nice to have them in those two parts of the world so we don't have to deal with it anymore.
Yeah.
And then you guys can get your stuff without having to worry about customs and all that crap. So It'll be fun. 25 channels, amps are happening. I think we're a ways away, but DC offset always on noise and all time possible solution. So DC offset, like if you want to get rid of DC offset, there are a couple options. First off, you have to find out, can your amplifier, if your amplifier is using high level input, DC offset, unless there's a switch that turns it off, which some amplifiers do now, there's no way to get around it. Okay, so for example, like a Rockford Power Series amplifier, there's no bypass. So as soon as you go line level in, it automatically looks for DC offset. There's no solution internally in the amplifier. Whereas the new R2 amplifiers, they have a DC offset switch where you can turn it off, which is cool. I feel more and more manufacturers are going to have to start doing that. Now, if it does have the ability to turn that off, then there's two choices you have. There is an external version of it that is called a TR4. It's called a pack piece called a TR4 that is an external DC adapter, which isn't really going to help you because it's going to act the same way as the current one. But then there's also the ING3. Now, the ING3 will only turn on the system when the engine is on because it looks for the alternator charging the battery. So it's looking for the difference in voltage between car off and car on. The nice thing about that is you can't play it with the car off, so you don't have to worry about your battery going dead. The bad thing about it is you can't play it with the car off, so your battery has to, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things that will solve the problem. The third option, of course, is to go try and find an accessory somewhere. You know, sometimes the power points in the cars are accessories. You know, we used to call them cigarette lighters, but now they're just power points. That's what they're called.
Really? So if I say, can I drive from cigarette lighter, is wrong?
Yeah, because they're not cigarette lighters anymore. They're power points. Anyways, so those are kind of your options there as far as trying to get away from it. But now the other problem is that if you have the problem your amplifier doesn't have the ability to shut off DC offset, then you have to go to an external high level to low level adapter that has that ability. So then you have to get like an external, like a audio control or something like that you can turn off and just have it set to remote turn on.
Yeah.
So we do run into that problem from time to time. It kind of sucks.
Audio from Brazil.
What's up? Hey, Dean and Fernando. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Yeah, look at that. How do you set the gains in the amp if you're using external DSP? You know, this is what I love about the internet. Andy Waymire basically finally said what we've all been thinking for a long time. Don't worry about it. Just turn them all the way down. If you got a good DSP, it's going to have all the volume you need, all the voltage you need coming out of it. Everything can be done through the DSP. Don't worry about your gains, man. Yeah. It's most of these DSPs have like 10 volts of output.
Yeah, plenty, yeah.
You're good. You're plenty good. Just don't even worry about the gains on the amplifier. It's not necessary. You don't have to. We never do. I honestly, I can't. We never turn them up, ever. because we have so much voltage coming out of DSP into the amp. It's very rarely do we go back in there and adjust anything. So use little to no gain. Yep, there you go. Christian knows. He's in on the secret. What car is that? This is a Dodge Ram. Ooh, Renegade?
No, Rebel.
Rebel. Sorry, Rebel. Yeah, it's a Rebel. Rebel scum.
Rebel.
DS1 was my first DSP. Kind of like my first amp. My 45. Yeah, I mean, it is a great first DSP. That makes sense. Thanks so much. Whatever I said, if it made sense, awesome. 5 dB on my tweeters, 10 dB on my mids and subs.
This is the Ram 694.
Actually, 8-inch on the mids. Okay. Dean, when did you get your first gray hair? Probably high school?
No way.
Oh, yeah.
High school?
Yeah, dude, I'm white.
That doesn't mean nothing.
Yeah, it totally means something, man.
Wow.
My hair used to be blonde.
Oh, excuse me, Ken.
I'm just saying, when I was a kid, it was blonde. Then it turned brown, and now it turns gray. It's just how it is.
Wow.
Thank you. You're welcome. Love the IRTA too. Of course you do, Christian, and that's why we tolerate you.
Yeah.
That IRTA is very versatile. It is extremely versatile. Like we always say, it'll answer a lot of the questions you ask us. That's why we made it. And we made it too, trust me. Sue was freaking out when I...
Right.
Oh, God, yeah, you know how much that thing costs to make. She's like, what?
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about the Focal ISB, or IB, the 20s, iBus 20s. God, I hate these letters. I was thinking this would be good, my 87 BMW convertible for under the seat. No, it's not a subwoofer. It's not a subwoofer for sure. It's a mid-bass. It's not even really mid-bass. It's a mid-range. It's designed to replace the, I think if we're talking about the same thing, I don't know, look it up because I want to make sure.
IB?
No, it's IB, iBus. Just type in iBus 20.
iBus 20.
Yeah.
Focal.
It's already up there, man.
They're gonna give me something different. Yeah.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah. Small.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like under seats.
Well, they make those other ones. The go to type in Focal. They have another product that's like that that's actually made to do that. Go to the integration side.
Integration Universal.
Yeah, go to Universal. I think it's in the Universal. Scroll up. Yeah, there they are. Click on those. So they make the iSub Twin. Ooh, this guy right here.
But this is not a power amplifier.
No, it's not. I'm
sorry, that's a power.
But these are the iSub Twins. So these are little tiny, like 8-inch, weird-looking subwoofers.
Dude, my God,
people.
I swear.
Anyway. We put these underneath the seat in the Jeep when we were at Mobile Solutions. Yeah. So anyways, head over to focalamerica.com. You can check them out.
Yeah. Wow, that's weird.
Yeah, I know. Ooh, double stack magnet.
Dude, this is insane.
Were you able to ever get one to Clint in Australia? I have no idea. Yay, Canadian distributor. Yeah, we should have. It's going to be Automobility is the company that's going to have them. We just have to finalize the deal, and it's more my problem than anything because you guys are the standard. I appreciate the knowledge you share for free. Hey, no problem. I mean, if I could find a way to charge for it, I would, but
you didn't tell me that.
how can I remove voice from a sub through the DSP? I'm new to DSP, my first time. Okay, so you want to pick a frequency point that is typically for a subwoofer. So subwoofer is usually a low pass 80 hertz, 12, 24 dB, depending on what's going on for the mids and highs. Keep in mind, you're not necessarily trying to remove voice. You're just trying to remove frequency bandwidth. Okay, so follow this train of thought. Okay, so we're gonna go through this and hopefully this will make sense to you. All right, so this speaker here, this is a 6x9-inch mid-range. All right, we can call it mid-bass if we want. It's gonna play down to 80 hertz. All right, 3.5 in the dash. This plays down to 350. So this plays from 350 to 80 at 24 dB Linkwitz Riley. Now, from here, everything below 80 hertz needs to come from somewhere. And that is coming from this subwoofer. Now, when you play music, every instrument has a frequency range. Okay, so like 80 hertz is right about there. These are all the instruments that possibly play in frequency range. All right. So there's also going to be some voice that can get down to 80 hertz. All right. So that sound has to come from somewhere, or it sounds hollow. Now, what happens is, like if you're doing talk radio and you get a pop, 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 okay.
Somebody's shooting outside.
Yes, then you have to turn it down because you don't have a pop filter or they don't have a pop filter, which sucks even worse. You have to turn your subwoofer down for talk radio. It's just what you have to do. However, when music is playing and singing, you need some of those deep voices. You know, like if Sage was in here, Sage would just be making your subwoofers go blah, 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 blah. Okay, because you're all dumb. Anyways, so the sub is not designed to not play vocal. It's just designed to play the deeper vocal. All right, and that's where level control comes in. That's why, you know, if you're trying to blend the subwoofer into the mid bass to make the complete system. Now, if you're like, no, I just want it. Turn the crossover down. The lower you play it, turn the crossover down. The less frequency that's going to get to the subwoofer. So if you cross it over at 50 hertz, you are going to lose some of the energy. Okay. You're going to need more power, and you're going to need a subwoofer that can play more powerful from 50 up. Most of the times, you're not going to do that because you want that range. But the lower the crossover point, the less vocal because the range is not there. So that's how that's going to work. Hopefully that made sense. Yep. Any idea how to wire up the Rockford 8-inch P3 shallow?
Huh?
It's a dual voice code. It's either dual 2 or dual 2 or a dual 4. It depends on what you're looking for. However, I'll tell you what. If you head over to Dean and Fernando's car stereo clips on YouTube, Dean and Fernando's car stereo clips, we have a whole lecture series on things like this where we walk you through step by step on how to wire up subwoofers and stuff like that. And amongst other things. So we also do the news on there, but just scroll up. It's the next playlist.
Right there.
Yeah, I know. It's called Fundamentals. So in the Fundamentals category, this guy right here, Fundamentals, you have a bunch of videos over here that you can choose from, and one of those is how to wire up a subwoofer properly.
Dean and Fernando car stereo clips.
What did I say? Yeah, Dean and Fernando's car stereo clips. Yeah. Got my first gray hair in junior high. There you go. You win, Frank.
Wow.
I mean, I didn't care back then, so, just got my first gray hair at 33. See? It happens. You guys rock nice. Yeah, I mean, dude, you're not far behind me, bro.
No, I'm not. That's what I'm saying.
It's scary, man. Were you able to get the... Okay, all right, we're going to... No, Christian, I have no idea. Don't you have a video of a full install on a RAV4 2019 Plus? Maybe. I don't know.
Not a full install.
I honestly, I don't know. I have no idea.
So many videos.
I have no idea. I don't even... I'm trying to remember what I edited this week. It's pretty scary.
What are we doing today?
I don't know. Circling the drain. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to wrap it up right there because we got to get this Dodge out of here so he can take it home. He's got a long drive home. And, well, we got the rest of the day to do work. So, hey, guys, that's it for now. It's Friday. Tomorrow is Saturday.
Before we go, please don't forget to check MorelHiFi.com because MorelHiFi.com is the sponsor of this show here on Instagram. So check them out. Car stereo, a little bit of home audio. They have stuff. But car stereo is the primary point. MorelHiFi.com here on Instagram, Morel_America. They give a lot of stuff here on Instagram, so check them out. Thank you so much, Morel, for being a sponsor of the 5 Minutes with 5 Star. Bye.
And they do make BMW speakers.
They make a lot of stuff.
Bye.
Bye.